Alright guys, welcome in to Tarot with Running from Sugar. Someone does not want you to hear this message. I have tried to start recording multiple times. I've had decks fall on the floor. I've had so many tiny, minute little irritations before this reading. I've already done a little extra cleanse because of that. Not that I wouldn't already cleanse anyway. So what did want to keep coming out of, and I was shuffling the tarot, so traditional tarot, basically. The Rider-Waite tarot deck is your Nine of Swords, and this, even when shuffling, wanted to come out over and over and over. Come out on repeat. In the upright, but for me, this is nightmares, this is overthinking. And because I pulled it, don't think I didn't hit the book. Okay. Let's see if I marked it, because I did mark a few things that I wanted to point out here. Okay. I'm going to actually read on the Nine of Swords, because I think maybe this is the one. I marked it with Intuitive Kev. What card is this? No. Sorry, my ears hurt me, so I got padding on my old glasses here. Group Association, Cult or Coven. And since it's coming out, laying here in my Nine of Swords, I'm not going to take that as any kind of community or any little cute witchery. That don't look good. Aw, man. Okay, after the Nine of Swords, got to cover nitty bits up. The World card. Completion. The end. Completing a journey. Don't think you don't get to start all over again. Not the same journey. Of course not. We wouldn't do that to you. Unless you didn't learn your lessons. I'm kidding. Anyway, we do have our World card here. Yeah. So somebody has betrayed somebody straight out the gate here, is what I'm just going to be able to deduce. And the feeling I'm getting. And the song I was listening to before my phone wanted to be Phone Interruptus. It's like anything interruptus. Yes, I just totally made that up, I think. And we'll roll with it. Service interruptus. This interrupt, I don't know, like, just some interruptus. So, of course, Michael Jackson has been a running theme because the movie is available today on Prime, I believe, and Netflix. I don't know if you have to purchase it. I've not turned on the TV today. However, I probably will sit down and watch it later, just to use some television to mind numb. Plus, I really want to fucking see it, and I enjoy some television sometimes. Speaking of television, I'm just gonna, this is coming to my mind. Absolutely love TV. Since the house fire, I've not been able to use it to self-soothe properly. I started to for a little bit, but then it's just, I don't know. I don't know why. I'm not saying I don't watch any TV, but compared to before, it's really weird. And I have access to all of it. It's just, you know, right now you might find me watching Beyond Skinwalker Ranch. Is probably what I'm going to be watching the most. Or, yes, I'm Sister Wives does not have a new season that I'm aware of right now, so I'm guilty of that. Guilty pleasures, guilty mind-numbing stuff. And I don't always suggest it, but I went to the doctor today. I had a regular checkup, but I just kept the appointment because I was getting sick. And maybe that's something that you guys are feeling prior to whatever this is. Original symptoms started with major sinus headache and pressure. And I figured it's where we live in Tennessee, and we went from 70 to 30 to 60 to 40 to... We've had some... That's what our weather's been like. And so that usually affects allergies for me. Meniere's disease that I have, which is an allergy-based illness, or thought to be. Anyhow, I'm not going to put it out there that is 100%. So, and causes dizziness. So you add that to it. I thought that's what I was dealing with. Then comes the sore throat. Then, a couple days ago, a day or two ago, yeah, sinus pressure, yuck, can't taste anything. And it's not the cruise virus, but there's another virus going around that's very similar to flu-like, COVID-like symptoms. And, yeah. So I seem to have probably picked that up on top of a sinus infection. That sucks. My bad. Gotta live life. I was out shopping. I could have touched something. I went to my grandson's birthday. Who knows? Fucking knows, right? So we have somebody in mental anguish over something they've done to somebody, and, you know, trying to prevent them from completing what they're here to complete. I'm is what I'm feeling. I feel like it is someone who I obviously, since this is a marker, I just randomly grabbed a card. Are they in regret? I'm thinking over some witchcraft, spell work, some bullshit that they've done. I think it's an interesting card, the Nine of Swords, and what the storyline in this book. So when I read from this book, on arrival, okay, we're speaking of how the Fool evolves, what the Fool learns on each card throughout the journey. And like I said, I love this book, so I'm sure you can find it on Amazon. That's not where I got it. I can't even remember where I got it now, but there you go. Allison Davies, okay, I guess wrote this. Nevertheless, as I've said before, when I showed it in the last video, I got this, I started loving it, I still love it. So, on arrival at the castle, now you've got to think we're at the Nine of Swords. We've already been through, the journey, all these different moments, okay? All these different experiences. From major arcana to minor arcana. It's an encounter that they like to describe, and you can use it to associate what's going on in your world. Or I can use it in mine. On arrival at the castle, Scarlet was taken to the dungeon and thrown into a small stone room. There she was held in place on a wooden stool while they chopped away her curls, leaving her with a boyish crop of hair. So they want to take away your beauty too. Heard. This, they said, would dampen the fire of her witchcraft. It is also thought that, especially in Druid times, but in many cultures, there are cultures that also believe in cutting of the hair, that trimming dead ends shed things away. In ancient times, people used to properly dispose of hair because of the essence of you, the chi, and the energy that it holds. And people wanting to try to do casting, spell work, or whatever they think that their almighty powerfully can do. I feel sorry for many because some just don't understand spiritual laws. It just is. So obviously they don't. We're dealing with someone that's in mental anguish over not wanting somebody to complete something, and obviously I'm going to continue with. This is Intuitive Kev's extra deck, since I pulled this card to mark this page for you guys. Since the Nine of Swords kept coming out, I'm like, I'm opening the book. I mean, I knew what it meant, but it gives a context. And then, I don't know, let's backtrack a little bit because I'm circling around. You gotta bear with me. They gave me an antibiotic and steroid shot. Was Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal. So once again, if you want to watch the Michael Jackson movie, I think it comes out and it's on Prime and Netflix this evening. But you can Google that to find out if that is for fact. However, that is a big thing right now. So Smooth Criminal. So we've got somebody that's doing some spell work and is a thief. So are they trying to steal your potential? Oh, don't tell me we got some destiny swapping bullshit up on the table to try to get you from completing. Are they wanting to complete your destiny? Let's see. Let's finish reading. Let's start all over. I apologize for that. On arrival at the castle, Scarlet was taken to the dungeon and thrown into a small stone room. There she was held in place on a wooden stool while they chopped away her curls, leaving her with a boyish crop of hair. This, they said, would dampen the fire of her witchcraft. Okay, and that's why they did that. Power in the hair, like I told you. The space itself was suffocating. There was a tiny barred window above her head which offered little light and a glimpse of the outside world if she stood on her bed, on tiptoes, of course. She shivered, not so much from the cold as from the chill that had settled in her heart. Something was very wrong. She slumped down on the bed. The mattress was thin and well worn, and there was no pillow, but it would have to do. She didn't know how long she'd be in this awful place. She lay down and closed her eyes, gripped her fist tightly, and tried to steady her heartbeat. Which, anybody in that dynamic, she tried to ground herself. No matter how hard she tried, she could not stop the feeling of dread that was growing in her belly. It crawled up through her rib cage, snaking up her throat and into her space between her eyes. It sounds like we're talking about how it's affecting her chakras. Anxiety took hold and filled her mind with terrible images of what might be. Were they going to punish her for being so brazen as to think she loved the prince? She spoke her truth, and she was brazen enough to do so, and they locked her up for it. And the sad part about it is, even worse, her truth was love. Damn it, man. Anxiety took hold and filled her mind with terrible images of what might be. Were they going to punish her for being so brazen as to think she loved the prince? Perhaps they planned to cast her out, to banish her from the kingdom for good. Or maybe her punishment would be far worse. She bit her lip, and the bitter taste of blood filled her mouth. She tried to bring to mind happier times spent in the witch's company, days when she'd explored the woods and learned about the plants and trees. She thought of healing rituals they'd performed together for the sick and how she'd see the infirm transform before her eyes through the use of her power. She tried to remind herself of all the good things she'd accomplished so far, but it was to no avail. Worry had set in, and with it, panic that could not be quelled. Just as she was plunging deeper into the downward spiral of thought, there was a sound above her head, a tapping, rattling sound that caught her attention. She scrambled to her feet and stretched as far as she could to bring her face to the iron bars. There on the other side, looking down with concern, was a face she knew well. Prince Edmund. Guess the guy she was in love with. "My lady," he seemed nervous. "I'm sorry for how I talked to you in the woods the other day. Is that why I'm here? Why are you holding me?" "I don't know." "Why are they holding me?" she said. "I don't know, but I'll find out. I've done nothing wrong. Not that I can think of." Edmund nodded. "I know. It's me they're angry with. I will get you out of here. I promise." With that, he was gone, and Scarlet was left to her dark thoughts once more. Ouch. So, to me right now, it says somebody's trying to make you take the blame for all their wrongdoings. Make it look like, okay. Okay. Someone's trying to switch the narrative on you as if you are the one who did whatever misdeeds they did. They want you to be the patsy, quintessentially. So that you can't come to completion and finish your tasks. They're using any means possible, I'm sure. Let's see what's going on. We'll pull out some more of this. That's a very interesting read, I have to admit. It gets my goose. It makes me feel a little pissed. Because I can relate. I can fucking relate. You know, they tried to... I can relate to this too, but... So I'm so sorry, guys, but they're also trying to interfere, intrude, hinder, and block true love. You got people that's trying to infiltrate every aspect of your world. Like, I know that, a lot of people, that whole gang stalking thing's not real, right? Well, keep your mouth shut until it happens to you. So they're trying to turn your world upside down and keep you in mental anguish, interfere with your love life. They don't want you completing something. Okay? Yeah, I had a conversation last night, even with a loved one, or I called them out over false narratives that they spread. I just called it for what it is. That's just the stage I'm at. I've been very candid about, I'm going to tell my story, and I'm stifled on a daily basis because people don't want me to tell anything that's been bad that's done to me. All right, so I get that. Work, job, and business. So they wanted to interfere with that too? Okay. I know that happened to me with the house fire at my place of work. I know several different people that had spread rumors and sabotaged. Then I eventually sabotaged myself, but at least I apologized for it. Oh, I got drunk and flipped off the cameras. I'm sorry, when the place that you've worked for since you were 15 and that you've managed and everything else all of a sudden randomly just treats you like you need a retrain, and that a very good server that's not quite as qualified as you, because they are related, they just don't let you switch shifts even though this person was trying to be kind-hearted. True story. I mean, I was struggling. And I'm sorry, but it did. It made me very angry, and maybe that's something else that if maybe it's not meant to be. There are other means of making money. So maybe you've been at a place for a long time, maybe because of all this bullshit and shiznick. I mean, don't stress. Sometimes you gotta be willing to fucking leap. Trust fall by Pink. Trust fall, baby. Sometimes you just have to leap. So if these people have done things to make you lose that job was not for you to begin with. Just like the job was not for me to begin with. And it wasn't my dream to become the main person of that place, which at one point was a path that was the circumstance, and that was even discussed. I just didn't want to manage or even that place for the rest of my life. That's not my dream. It was a job, and one that I, at the time, was willing to give my life up for and was willing to take over. I mean, I really truly thought for years that would be the case. So maybe you've been sabotaged. I still don't know 100% everything that happened. I know that I'm very open with mental health talk, and I even was at work. However, the minute another manager questioned my mental health behind my back to another manager, and that manager came and told me, I chose not to work there anymore. Can you blame me? I didn't say anything on the place, nor am I going to. But it was very rude, very inconsiderate, and since I'm disabled, very against the law. You don't talk about someone's mental health in the workplace. If you need to talk to them, talk to them. But that bullshit deserves a fuck you. And why I started playing with the deck that fell, I do not know. But we've got our 7 of Pentacles. So I'll take it. I mean, something is slow moving. Something... I know your 7 of Pentacles is slow as fuck. But what's being slow? Something is going to require your patience, maybe. Because it's slow. Possibly justice. I mean... We'll pull a couple more from... We have the Wild Unknown. Deck in hand. Two of Swords, huh? This is an interesting depiction. See how that black hole sun. Whoa, sorry, I can't. Okay, so it's duality is what we're doing here. And in depiction, you've got the swords crossing, okay? and you've got the black, which I guess could be a moon maybe inside of, or eclipsing literally the sun. Somebody want to eclipse you maybe? That's what that destiny thing is. They're trying to cause, maybe it's not in the reverse. In the reverse, I would say they're trying to cause confusion, but maybe they are. They're trying to cause a stalemate for you so that you can't get to the pinnacles, because they're already blocking the love, the world, the completion of your projects, pinnacles, okay, swords. And then I started singing, oops, it's in reverse now. Black hole sun, won't you come? What is that? Is that a Blind Melon song? Is that what that was? I'm old, so let's find out. Is Blind Melon even the name? Like, I don't know. But it is 7-11 right now. 7-11. How weird is that? Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Soundgarden. See? I mean, who did I say it was before? I'm 45. Give me a break. I'm as old as the song. Let's turn it way down here, because I know last time you could have seen it. So it starts out, in my eyes, indisposed, in disguises no one knows. Hides the face, lies the snake, in the sun, in my disgrace. Boiling heat, summer stench. I'm just going to talk it now. Neath the black, the sky looks dead. Call my name through the cream, and I'll hear you scream again. Holy shit. Black hole, and I'll hear you scream again. Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Sorry. And wash away the rain. Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Stuttering, cold and damp, still the warm wind, tired friend. Times are gone for honest men, and sometimes far too long for snakes. In my shoes, a walking sleep, and my youth I pray to keep. Heaven send hell away. I was about to say my. No one sings like you anymore. Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? And it just repeats the black hole sun, won't you come, won't you come? And I'm gonna skip. Let's see if I can skip forward. Won't you come? Hang my head, drown my fear, till you all just disappear. Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? And we'll speed it up again and wash away the rain. this is coming to the end. Won't you come? Black hole sun, and just won't you come? And it says it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. 7, 11, when we went to listen to this song. Then if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, it says, won't you come 7 times. Yeah, I'm staying out of that. Yeah. You've got somebody that's straight up trying to stab you in the fucking back, man. I don't know how else to put that. Like, you know, they're trying to throw you off balance, maybe affect your equilibrium. We already know they're trying to affect pretty much everything. Why? Why do y'all sick fucks do that kind of shit? This whole, I want to be somebody. I want to be somebody someday. Travis Tritt. And we've got Stone Temple Pilots, Wicked Garden. And it starts, can you see like a child? Can you see what I want? I want to run through your wicked garden. Sorry. Run through your wicked garden. That's the place to find you. 'Cause I'm alive and so alive, and the darkness binds you. Hang on. Okay, we're gonna start. Can you see like a child? Can you see what I want? I want to run through your wicked garden. Heard that's the place to find you. Someone's looking for you. 'Cause I'm alive, so alive now. You still alive? They didn't want you that way though, huh? 'Cause I'm alive, so alive now. I know the darkness blinds you. Can you see without eyes? Can you speak without lies? I want to drink from your naked fountain. I can drown your sorrows. I'm gonna burn you to life now. That's a great lyric, by the way. I'm gonna burn you to life now. To life now. It's better if you sing it. I'm gonna burn you to life now, out of the chains that bind you. It's becoming over. Their shit ain't working. They are no longer going to affect your job, affect your career, affect every fucking thing in your life. They're going to sit up and they'll be the ones in mental anguish. They won't be sitting there being someone's patsy. They will. Not you. Sorry. Because it goes on, out of the chains, I'm going to burn you to life now, out of the chains that bind you. Can you see just like a child? Can you see just what I want? Can I bring you back to life? They're trying to puppet you. Are you still alive? Burn your wicked garden down. Did somebody try to burn something down? Burn your wicked garden. It's possible. If they did, they're probably going to get some kind of karmic retribution. Something of theirs is going to burn. Burn your wicked garden to the ground, yeah. Can you feel the pain inside? Sounds like a sadist. I had a sadist. My ex, said his ex-wife was a sadist. I remember looking at him and saying, and he let me know this after she passed away, but I said, oh, okay, if I've known her forever and she was a sadist, then what does that make you? I'm just saying. A sadist is someone, by the way, that revels in chaos and watching someone in pain. I would say it's definitely a very, and I'm not a psychiatrist, so if you need mental help, if you need you need this, you go get your help. I rebuke it. Anyway, as it's paused on, are you still alive? That's where I pause the song with a question mark. That's interesting as hell. I mean, I have a hell of a storyline. It's just, I'm not trying to make an hour-long video tonight. And I have shared a little here and there, but yes, we all know my house. I've talked about that in every other video. Caught fire. However, it was electrical fire. I have made no bones to any human on the planet, including the bullies, that I feel like it was on purpose. There really is tax fraud on me that I have called for investigation on, amongst other shit in my life. And I don't care to be as public as fuck about it because I'm honest. And I want whoever has done this to me to see their day. So I can relate. I have absolutely no problem relating with some of this dynamic, but this is not my reading at the time. I do know that I had an ex that I was trying to see somebody that I really, really liked. And that very same ex that he was in some hoodoo voodoo shit. Maybe this is my reading, I don't know. But maybe it's yours too. But they ain't blocking nothing for me. I'm alive and well. I know my lineage, my actual bloodline. But anyway, yeah. So I'm a little irritated, I guess, and hot and heavy. If you add the steroids and the antibiotic shot I got in my ass today. The migraine, the sinus, anything that happens in a reading and a recording that I'm going to share is pertinent to somebody out there, so maybe you relate. We're going to finish reading the rest of Wicked Garden, and I don't even know what I was singing before that, but I was singing something. But it'll come back to me. If not, you can look it up when you hear me say it. I do that sometimes. Burn, 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 burn your wicked garden down. We know it says that over and over. Burn your wicked garden to the ground, yeah. Can you feel the pain inside? Can you love? Can you cry? I want to run through your wicked garden. Heard that's just the place to find you. 'Cause I'm alive, so alive now. I know the darkness blinds you. Can you see just like a child? Can you see just what I want? I thought you were innocent. Because you had the childlike innocence. I get that. Can you see just what I want? Can I bring you back to life? Are you still alive? Burn, burn, burn. Burn your wicked garden down. Burn, 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 burn your wicked garden down. Basically, can I bring you back to life? Can I bring you to the brink of death so I can bring you back to life and try to do it again? There are really, really sick people out there, and I know y'all sometimes don't even believe some of the shit in these tarot readings. Not maybe even just mine, because I have a lot less than other readers out there. My channel's new. But where the fuck y'all watch? I sit and watch 2020. Oh, we were talking about shows that I watch. Okay, I might, after some Michael Jackson show, watch some 2020 tonight. I used to sit and fall asleep to that shit. I hate to break it to you, but all those news stories, those are real people. Real people. Those events happen to walking, living beings that you could have easily known. So why is it so fucking impossible to believe that something bad could be happening to somebody? I know in my reaching out for help, I'm still continuing to have to do so. Because things are getting dismissed on repeat. And I am not one to give up. And people don't really know me. I was even having a conversation with my own mother last night. Then we were talking about survivalists. People don't know those aspects of me. So whoever is coming after you also, because you can see just like a child, because you have that innocent essence about you and you're still able to carry that whimsicalness, they see that as naivety, not understanding that that's actually a gift, not naivety. They were the ones sitting in naivety to think that somehow that made you stupid or unintelligible, if you'd like me to say it that way. Don't worry about it. I don't feel that any of this is coming to fruition. I mean, we've got the world, we've got this. People like this don't win. When I say fruition, meaning I believe if this is your story, you will fucking know it. Like, this kind of shit just, you know, so like if you're over here like, this is impossible, go watch 2020. do something else, because then you probably, if you think it's impossible, you probably shouldn't be watching it. Feminine abundance queen, fertility goddess, empress energy. I asked if we're good. It looks like myself and the collective, we're all good here. All good here. All good here is the message. And I'm in the Stone Temple Pilots right there. Don't know the other one. You can go look it up. I'm going to try to create another page to where I can put my music videos of Nolan or music videos of like when I went to the Jamie Fine Scott or Colin Scott. I just about said that backwards. Colin Scott is amazing. Like, he really impressed me. And or is it Colum? I don't know if I'm even saying it right. I will figure it out. Here. I wonder if my phone will. This phone, I may not have certain aspects, features to turn on. Anyway, I was very happy to get to go to that concert. And if you want to see the footage I got, I have posted some of that on my Instagram and my TikTok. This phone hates me with nails. I'm just going to have to set up my laptop at some point and just get over myself, huh? Listen, I'm not going to be happy till I know. I can't get this to speak for me. What the frick? Thank God this ain't the phone I use every day, or I'd be losing my shit. It doesn't like my touch. That would be this phone. Speak. I would have it volume down. See, I told you, somebody that they don't even want y'all to know his name. Y'all, listen. Quit it. I'm not gonna lie and say this isn't frustrating. It is. It's gotta be these nails. I'm just not used to it. But I was having this happen to me the other day too, so. It's like technology hates me lately. So you're telling me I can minimize a page, touch other shit, but I can't highlight something for the second time? It about let me copy it. Okay, instead of making you watch this, I'm pausing. Okay, well, it wouldn't cooperate with me, so I just YouTubed saying his name, and
I'm Scott, and this is
Caleb. I don't know why that was so hard for me.
My frequently used emoji, the one at the very top is...
Got that accent that I absolutely love. So anyway, if you want to watch those videos, you can go find me. But I'm posting them not all at once because I don't want to look like some crazed lunatic man. But I got footage. Why not post it? I don't know. I just can't post it on YouTube unless I make a separate page for like any videos I take at concerts and stuff. Because I got a couple other things I'm attending, and I kept shuffling. So runner, avoidant, and escape. What are they running from? Running from sugar. Maybe I was gonna end it on this note because we're good. Spiritual rank. They're running from you because of all the shit they did to you because they didn't know anything about you. Just like my mom talking to me on the phone the other night didn't know anything about me being a survivalist. Yeah. Or having that kind of information. She's like, I want to get a bug out bag ready. What should I need? We should da 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 da. I said, oh, really? Okay. You need da 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 da. And a good email to subscribe to is Black Bag Confidential. They can get good shit there. Anyway. Spiritual rank. Spiritual rank. Y'all out there trying to play spell work, not understanding certain laws in the spiritual world and spiritual rank. You really, you can't just get out there and start kitchen witching it because somebody showed you something on TikTok or you opened a book. And usually, I just won't go any further. Usually these things are inherited in your bloodline, to be honest with you. Just be candid as fuck. But yeah, you might want to get permission before messing with spirits and deities or spell work. But then again, people don't understand that basic language can be spell work. That's why the Jewish religion focuses so intensely first and foremost on words and the intention behind them. That's spell work. Prayer is spell work. There is more witchcraft and spell work in your present day Bible than I've probably read in any Wiccan book. There's something else about the world. No, it wasn't the world, but there was something in a book that I found interesting about. I might just save it for the next read. That I was reading on something here. Well, this is not what I was going, but this is what's catching my eye, so I'm going to read it, and it's one sentence out of this whole lot of shit. 3 different aspects, all with an influence upon the wheel and the direction in which it would turn. It seemed to the fool that this suggests that the random nature of fate and how it could turn upon its head at any point. The powerful nature of the wheel of fortune hit him. He understood that the vision was not sent lightly. It was here in his mind for him to absorb the true nature of all things, to know that destiny was a continual spinning cycle. Remember I told you about the spiral and other readings, spinning cycle, where one could move from despair and poverty to joy and abundance. It seemed to the fool that there was a time for everything, and wherever you were upon the wheel, you should know that change was inevitable. Remember what I said to my doctor with the cancer thing? That my grandma used to say, when things are good, don't worry, it'll change. But when things are bad, don't worry, it'll change too. So, I'm sorry that someone has betrayed you and put you through all this shit. Know that you hold spiritual rank, and in the cycle of things, everything comes to the light. And then we start ascending and learning something new. New journey. Doesn't mean the journey will necessarily be as testing and trying as the one I'm talking about, or the one I previously went through. Not all journeys are like that, nor do they have to be like that to grow you. So, yeah, not all journeys are of that nature, but some of them are, or some of them have been. So, you're ascending, you're doing your thing. And don't worry, they can't. Like all of a sudden you hear. No, I mean, I hadn't really heard any of those songs in a good pretty minute, so I think that was very relevant to the cards that was pulled. I hope you guys are having a good week. I really do hope everything's going smoothly. Know and trust you're good. You hold spiritual rank. You're ascending. You're divinely guided. And all that bullshit. Karma, people don't understand. They think it's something that happens that they can do bad and fix in another life. That's reincarnation. They don't understand that it is. This woman, I've got to give you her name. But it is just a translation. I think it was Germanic language, and the translation here is cause and effect. That's all karma is. Cause, effect. Cause, effect. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for joining me for this reading. I hope you found some valuable information, entertainment, and what have you. And I love you so much. Thank you. See you for the next read. Oh, we'll go this way.